All right, let's do some trading. We're watching Bitcoin move above 50,000, now at 50.5. Blockchain stocks have been trending higher now for the better part of a couple months, and many of them trading at the highest level since much earlier this year. Mike Shorr is joining us from Prosper Trading Academy, Director of Trading Education. Mike, welcome to Market on Close.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me, Oliver.
Okay, so walk me through what you're looking at in the Bitcoin stock world, not the crypto tokens. We're talking miners and such.
Yeah, this is a nice proxy for those that don't want to get into Bitcoin trading themselves, but we can do it with U.S. listed stocks, with U.S. listed options. So I'm looking at Riot here. RIOT is the ticker. So what's difficult about crypto trading, if you've ever done any of it, is finding value. Yes, you can always close your eyes and buy it. It seems to work. Very seldomly do we see any sort of value type of proposition where we are seeing that in Riot. And mostly it's because of a $600 million float that they put out there, shelf offering is what they call it, where they're offering stocks. Some of that is insider stocks, some of that is new stock offerings, but that gives the thing a pause and it actually pulls it back a little bit. So if Bitcoin keeps to go up, and if you look at, when I'm looking at trades in this space, I'm looking at Mara, Riot, PayPal, Coin. All of those are really what I would consider obviously bullish, but very, very much kind of out of reach, where you're just paying maybe even more than retail type of prices. We have a pullback here in Riot right around that 33.5 area, nice support in that area, and so I'm looking at that.
Okay, now I like the point here that this one is going the opposite direction of the others, right? As you just mentioned, everything from MicroStrategy to Marathon, the miner have been trending higher. I look at the BLOK ETF that puts them all into one basket, and that right now is the highest it's been since very early May, late April. But Riot slipping because of the supply situation for the shares. So what kind of catch-up game do you think we're looking at here, Mike? What would make sense if it kind of re-correlated back to the group? What price would make sense?
Sure. Well, what I'm looking at, and I'm an options trader, so if this is going to happen, you have to consider the fact that it doesn't. But if it does happen, we have the implied volatility is taking us really towards the recent highs up at 41. So if this happens, it's going to happen relatively quickly. So I'm looking at the September 24th, 39.41 call spread. You can get that for about 50 cents or so right now. So if you get that, then you have about a 3-to-1 risk to reward, and the most you can lose is what you pay for the spread, which I said is about 50 cents right here.
Okay, so 55 cents, buying the 39, selling the 41. So you're not doing YOLO calls here, Mike. This is a structured bullish trade, and you're helping finance it by selling that 41 call. If it moves quickly, do you just take the profit, get out? What if it moves down? How do you think about managing the trade?
Well, you do have, like I said, we do have the 50-day moving average there that if you wanted to pull early, you certainly could. But this is such a cheap spread, and with a nice reward to risk, I'm willing to let the short-term technicals and maybe even a little bit of the fundamentals play themselves out. And then when these things move, we've seen it, everything in the space, it's a binary type of move. So you may actually max out this spread if this goes and makes new highs.
Okay, looking at the trade right now, break even if we start to move higher, not too far away from here, and giving it a couple weeks to do it, September 24th. Mike, thanks for the trade. Good stuff.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me.
You got it, for sure. Mike Shorr is the Director of Trading Education at Prosper Trading Academy, with an eye for a Bitcoin miner slipping away from the rest of the group. It is a little suspicious. It usually all goes together. All right, we'll be watching the trade.